Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back with math, one of my favorite subjects in the world, as you can see. I taught math for a couple of years. I studied math. And then, of course, I switched over to reading at some point just to learn something new, but I have not forgotten my roots. So anyway, today we're looking at why is it so important to insert zeros when you're adding and subtracting, especially with decimals. Let's take a look at our first example. 7, I put a little decimal there. 7 take away 4.21. Like I said before, students do get confused in thinking the 4.21 is greater than the 7 because that's just one single digit. Here we have 3. So students may get confused. So your tip today is to remind your students to place those zeros in that empty spot, in that placeholder, to let them know that you need to match up your number of places behind the decimal with the number of places behind the decimal on the top. You need to have like an even scoreboard before you add or subtract. Today we're subtracting, but you need to add those zeros and then you're ready to do your problem. All right, that's like first steps. If you're adding, I would do the same thing. I would put the zeros in place, one in the 10th, one in the 100th, and then I would add. So there's no discrepancy as to was there a number there, was there not a number there? The number is 0. So let's get ready. 0, take away 1, I can't. I go to the neighbor. I try to borrow from her, but she has nothing. So I got to go all the way over to the whole number place. And I take 1 from here, and that becomes a 6. I bring it over here. Now that becomes a 10. So I say 10 is here, so I need 1 for him. So I'm going to borrow from the 10. That becomes a 9, and I'll bring the 1 there. Now I'm ready. My relationship is set up. My numbers are set up. I'm ready to do my math. So 10 take away 1 is 9. 9 take away 2 is 7. Decimal, bring my decimal down. Key here. And make sure you're lined up, because if that decimal is in the wrong place, your answer is not correct. Now 6 take away 4 is 2. And so my answer is 2.79. Most important tip is inserting the zeros to balance off the equation, to be the placeholder, to allow you to know that there is a number there and it's not just a space, there is a number. The number is 0 and the number is 0. And then you're ready for your math. Let's try another one. All right, maybe not so hard. Maybe we will do another easy one. All right, here's another one. 0.9 take away. I'm keeping it simple. I'm going to take away another 0.26. Again, we have 3 numbers on the bottom. We have 2 on the top. Does not mean the number on the bottom is greater. As you know, even though there's no number here, the number here is 0. There really is a number there, but it's 0. If the teacher had given it to you as, I want you to add 0.9 to 0.26, you would set it up the same. You would put the 0.9, add the 0, and then put the 2.26 there so that you are balanced, because you're subtracting in the 100th place, so you need a value here to do your subtraction. So 0 take away 6 obviously is nothing. You can't take away 6 from 0. You have to borrow from the 9. That becomes an 8. That becomes a 10. 10 take away 6 is 4. And 8 take away 2 is 6. And don't forget the decimal. So your answer is really 6.4. If you want to bring the 0, you can. It's 6.4, but the 0, you can bring the 0 down. 0 take away 0 is 0, but, or you could leave the 0 off. But at the bottom, behind the decimal, the zeros have a place. They have value in front, not so much in this case. So those are the 2 examples I wanted to show you. It's very crucial when you subtract. When you add, obviously, it doesn't affect it as much. Let's add a nice little easy one, 2.1. plus 0.25. Now we're adding. So I do put my 0 there because I'm balancing my hundredths place and my tenths place. But even if I didn't put the 0, my response wouldn't change. My sum wouldn't change. Okay, it's because I'm adding. So 5 plus nothing or 5 plus 0 would still give me 5. 2 plus 1 is 3. I bring my decimal down always. 2 plus nothing is still 2. So the answer for this is 2.35. So adding is not half as crucial as subtracting. Subtraction is crucial because you're going to need to borrow. You're going to need to line up before you actually do the math. All right. If you like this quickie examples, quickie explanation, please give me a like and please give me a follow and please give me a share if possible. Thank you again for joining Math with Miss H.